I'm going to sit down now and hand over to you to wrap up the proceedings.
Well, thank you, Ben, and good afternoon, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And what a day to be here as well. After yesterday's budget of £310 million invested in Teesside's transport infrastructure, £107 million confirmed investment from the UK Infrastructure Bank at South Bank, the East Coast Cluster confirmed with Net Zero Teesside to follow, and SABIC's brilliant announcement, as Ben alluded to, £850 million for SABIC on Wilton. Almost 2 years ago, I sat down with Ben, having just been elected as the Member of Parliament for Redcar, and I asked him, what is the single best thing that I can campaign for in Parliament to help us unlock our opportunities here? He told me to come down to Westminster and become Mr. Freeport, challenge accepted. And in the months that followed, we exhausted a campaign to raise the profile of Teesside and the potential a Freeport here could bring. We made Freeports popular. Until Teesside wanted a post-Brexit Freeport, most people hadn't even heard of them. And suddenly we were in a competition with places like Felixstowe and Thames, some of the most famous ports around the country, who all wanted a slice of our pie. And so, as the story of Teesside repeats itself throughout history, where Teesside goes, the country and the world surely follow. But our journey to this point was dark and hardened. In 2015, 6 years ago last month, the light went out at the Redcar blast furnace. The single biggest event of deindustrialisation in Teesside's recent memory. But the hour is darkest just before the dawn. That moment in our history brought our region together with a shared purpose and a mission that this would not be our final chapter. And since that point, people across the political spectrum worked together to help us transform the former steelworks site. But if we go back to how that site began, it started with a mayor, passionate about industry, passionate about jobs for local people, passionate about the future of Teesside and what it could be. And I'm not talking about Ben. I'm talking about Henry Bolko, the iron giant of Bolko and Vaughan, the first mayor of Middlesbrough, the first MP for Middlesbrough. But it's fascinating, isn't it, that we stand here again today with history repeating itself, with a mayor passionate about industry, passionate about jobs for local people, passionate about the future of Teesside and what it could be. And we've heard today why a Freeport is so important in that. 18,000 jobs over the next 5 years, 32,000 jobs by 2030, £3.2 billion investment into our local economy. This is what our Freeport will bring. This is the transformation of Teesside. When Isambard Kingdom Brunel visited Hartlepool, he called us a remarkably fine race of men, probably women as well. When Gladstone visited South Bank, he called us the infant Hercules. And when Rishi announced our Freeport in his speech earlier this year, he described Teesside as the future economy of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not by accident that we are on this journey. It's the coming together of everyone here today to deliver on our shared purpose, to level up and transform our region for the better. It's through the determined local leadership, like that displayed by Ben and our council leaders across the Tees Valley. It's through the visionary businesses who invest and choose to back Teesside and get behind our plans for its transformation, like Wilton Engineering. It's through our skilled local workforce, our colleges, our apprenticeship providers, who through the new Teesworks Skills Academy are supporting our young people into better opportunities. And it's through the very same geography on the banks of the Tees that made us the steel capital of the world. And now we look out onto the largest brownfield development site in Europe, the UK's largest Freeport, and confirmed yesterday the UK's first post-Brexit Freeport. This is the biggest opportunity for our region since someone, could have been Henry Balco, looked up at Eston Hills and said, you know what, I reckon there's iron in there. This is Teesside, that led the world in the Industrial Revolution, that launched from the banks of the Tees a legacy that stretched from north to south and east to west. So let us now come together, work together, and make this, our Freeport, the success it can be for our region, of global trade and global scale, and leave a legacy that spans the globe once more. Thank you, everyone.
Lost my heart and lost my soul.